My camera's on like 13%, so it could die at any moment. Just like Ilame.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello, friends. Go for it. Okay. We will work on that together. Hi. Today I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. D&D. If you have never heard of D&D, you're dumb because you've probably definitely heard of D&D. If you've seen any kind of teenage drama comedy set in the 80s, then there's like an 89% chance that you have either heard of D&D or some fabricated variation of D&D made for that particular movie or TV show. So I'm going to be talking to you about my experience with D&D. I have been binge watching my girl Momo O'Brien lately. I can't really call her my girl. It's a very one-sided relationship, and by one-sided I mean she doesn't really know I exist. At Momo, noticing okay. I'm gonna stop scaring off all of my YouTube idols now. Anywho, I've been watching a lot of her old videos, came across the one today that she made about D&D. She's a cool human, you should go check her out. I'm sure she appreciates my shout out to my 14 subscribers. You gotta start somewhere. I need to stop. But anyways, I was watching her video about D&D and I was like,
I do that.
So I decided to talk about it because I got a new camera and I've been like anxious to make a video for y'all. Did I just say y'all? And it seemed like a good topic. In high school, me and a few of my friends attempted to put together a D&D game. That game was it wasn't actually D&D. We all just made characters like using the D&D formula. But then my friend, who was like our dungeon master and had played like actual D&D before, gave up on us before we even started, so we just played the scenario game with these characters that we had created. But it was a fun time. The first time I actually played D&D was when I got to college. I joined the D&D club, had a little D&D group of me and like 4 other people who were very unexperienced. 2 were kind of experienced, and 1 was the DM who was experienced in playing D&D, but not it was his first time being a DM. The experienced ones probably had like 62% of an idea what they were doing. The DM, I'm not about to name drop here. The DM probably had like 47% of a clue what he was doing, and the other 2 of us had like 5% of a clue what we were doing. I knew how to write things. And I knew what D&D stood for. And that was about it. So with some help, I put together my character. I don't actually have the character sheets on me anymore because she died. And I decided to have a funeral procession and burn her character papers, but I took a picture before I did so. We were bouncing around the room. Here we go. So her name was Ilame, which is my name backwards. I wasn't trying to be not creative, I just thought Ilame sounded cool. I loved Ilame, okay? I still do love Ilame, and I'm gonna bring back Ilame one day. Ilame was a human, and she was a sorcerer. Her background was criminal, but she was a chaotic good. So, another fun thing, when I was a kid, the only video games I would play were roleplay video games. So like BioShock, and then like Fable 3, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In all those games, I would always like make my character make the good choices. And like my brother would be out there slaughtering people, and I'd be like, oh, how dare you. I just had too many morals, okay? Even though being evil would have been a lot more fun. So I made Ilame chaotic good because I am chaotic, but I'm not about to go killing people, you know? I have a moral compass, and Ela May should too. But everyone else in my party was either neutral aligned or evil aligned, and I was the only good one. Ela May was 16 years old. That was a joke for like the whole thing. She might have been 17. Wait, let me see. Nope, she was 16, and she was like a fire mage. Like, you couldn't really do that, but I made all of her spells like fire spells, you know, kept up with that theme. So basically, Ela May's backstory was that she, as a child, recklessly practicing her magic, and she burnt down her entire village. The only survivors from the village were her and her brother, who had moved out priorly, so he was still alive out there somewhere, but kind of hated her because she killed his entire family. Oh, and also the bird. Yeah, there was a bird that was still alive. We'll get to the bird. So anyways, her brother took her to live with relatives that freaking hated her because she was like magic. So yeah, she ran away and had nowhere else to go. So she escaped to Armor, which is where our game took place. In the original story, she had this bird that was her grandma's bird that had also survived the fire and like would follow her around. But my DM told me that wasn't allowed, and that if I really wanted a bird, I could buy a bird. But the only bird I could afford was a pigeon. So Ela May had a pigeon named Ned. Ned kind of became an NPC. So like the dungeon master would roll for Ned whenever I said Ned was gonna do something. I'd sometimes try to have him help me out in actual situations, but I would also use him to fuck with people. One of the people in our thing was a bard, I believe. Yeah, she was a bard, and she would perform for money. That was a running gag. I once had Ned go peck her face during the performance. The DM would roll for Ned to see how well he would listen to me. Whenever I would try to have Ned do something useful, he would like roll a 2. Whenever I'd try to have Ned go fuck with people, he would roll like a straight 20, I kid you not. So Ned was very fun. Rest in peace, Ned. Ela May and Ned were both pretty great. Ela May was basically just an angsty little sorcerer who burnt down her entire village, and her brother was out there somewhere, but that never really played a role. So my feelings on D&D in general. Second semester I didn't play because my group kind of fell apart and our schedules didn't align, but I'm looking forward to play next year. I'm hoping my like group will be more into roleplay, since we were all still trying to get a hang of the game, since a lot of us were new to it. We didn't roleplay a lot with my first group, and I know D&D doesn't involve like a lot of in-character roleplay, but like it was mostly all fighting and like not as much just wacky adventures. And also the group I was in, they just were not up for camaraderie. They just wanted to kill everyone. It was a fun time. I don't want to say it wasn't a fun time. So yeah, I'd really like to play with a group like more down for some roleplay and more down for just some tomfoolery. That's what I'm here for. Also, I would like to get a better understanding of the game so I don't kill all my characters. Ela May, after she passed away, and like I said, I burnt her papers, I can insert clips of that right here for you.
Watching you try to light that. Do it again. You don't know how to light a lighter for shit, Emily. Ow, oh my god! Got it.
Up in horsey heaven, here's a thing.
Oh shit, that is
Trade your legs for angels' wings.
so aesthetically
Once
pleasing.
we've all
Her face is covered off. It's so sad.
It like burns right before the face.
Bye, little Sebastian.
Really fine.
Miss you in the satisfaction. Bye, bye, little Sebastian. You're fine.
Yeah, Ilame was replaced by Avalon, the angsty tiefling, who was basically Ilame. No, Avalon was a lot stupider than Ilame. Avalon unfortunately died whilst flirting with some orcs. Avalon was to be replaced with a character who was basically just Mrs. Weasley, but that that was the point when our group kind of disbanded. My tips for D&D, if I had to give you any, would be do not get your character killed after 5 games. Find someone who knows a lot about the game to help you not get killed. Strategize. I didn't actually think I had to strategize. I just went for it. That was a mistake. And nerds are pretty cool people, okay? This was my D&D experience. I hope you enjoyed. I highly, highly recommend playing D&D. It is a wonderful game.